Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Joel, aka the Big D of Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews, back again with another review in my superhero month. And this time around, I'm going to continue reviewing the original run of Superman. This time, I bring to you Superman 3 from 1983. Originally released by Warner in the US, while it co-produced it with Columbia and EMI Films in the UK. This one kind of took a different detour, but I'll explain that as we go through. This time, after taking out Lex Luthor twice, Superman finds a new foe to come up against. Well, a fellow named Ross Webster. Well, and apparently he's trying to take over the world's oil supply and coffee supplies, with the help of a bumbling computer genius named Gus Gorman. And he gets mixed up in Mr. Webster's scheme to destroy Superman. Anyway, Christopher Reeve returns as the title character and alter ego Clark Kent. Now, a few others do return for this, including Jackie Cooper as Perry White and Mark McClure as Jimmy Olsen. Margot Kidder does return as Lois Lane, but unfortunately, we don't see much of her. We only see a little bit of her in a bit at the beginning and again at the end, as we get to see Superman in his disguise as Clark Kent return to his hometown of Smallville, where he gets reunited with his original gal pal Lana Lang, played by Annette O'Toole, who of course I mentioned in my recent review of the original Stephen King's It. And she would later go on to play Martha Kent on the Smallville TV series. Anyway, that was one thing I did like about this. I have mixed feelings for this movie, just like Craig's did. The movie kind of got a little bit of a harsh treatment because of its campiness, just like what would happen with later Batman movies, most notably Batman and Robin. And they weren't too thrilled with Richard Pryor being in this, because he's in this as Gus Gorman. Now, Pryor rarely does liar films, even though, because he's mostly a potty-mouthed dude, and he's done all sorts of stand-up comedies and what have you. Even though he had more recently done the film The Toy before this, and he did have a cameo in the Muppet movie. And a year after this, he would even have his own Saturday morning series called Pryor's Place. But anyway, enough about that. Playing the role of Ross Webster is Robert Vaughn, who did lots of movies and TV shows, and we lost him almost 3 years ago. The next actress is Annie Ross, who plays Ross's sister, Vera. And Pamela Stevenson as Lorelei Ambrosia, Ross's assistant and gal pal. Anyway, also in this movie, additionally, there's viewers. Another one is Gavano Hurley, who plays Lana's former beau, Brad. And Muppet performer Frank Oz actually has a cameo in the film as a surgeon. However, his scene was ultimately deleted, but it was included in the TV extended version of the film, which I think you can find that on the special Blu-ray you can get from the Warner Archive. But anyway, Gus Gorman's a ne'er-do-well who apparently tries to get a good job with a computer corporation and gets involved with Ross Webster's plans. While Lois goes off to do a story in Bermuda, Clark, along with Jimmy, goes to Smallville because Clark's about to attend his big reunion. Well, and and Lana has a son. But anyway, but soon when the coffee business refuses to do orders from Mr. Ross, well, Ross Webster, of course, Mr. Webster. But anyway, Gus has been ordered to command the Vulcan, an American weather satellite. I'm sorry I'm reading this from my tablet. It's been some time since I last seen it. I doubt I would watch it again. Sorry, everyone. To create a tornado to destroy Columbia's coffee crop. But however, Gus Gus travels to Smallville to use offices of Wheat King. So he manages to do this, but Superman manages to stop him and do lots of stuff. But anyway, Gus used his computer knowledge to create kryptonite. Remember in an interview with Superman, and uses Vulcan to locate and analyze Krypton's debris, and substitutes tar after glancing at his pack of cigarettes when he discovers that the elements of kryptonite is unknown. So Superman soon appears at Ricky's birthday party, but Gus appears as an army man and gives him this weird kryptonite substance, which causes him to go schizoid in a way, kind of have a split personality, not doing sorts of things, and does other types of bad things, becoming bad, kind of like what you'd see in Spider-Man 3 years later. And, well, apparently does about anything. Blows out the Olympic torch, moves the Leaning Tower Pizza up. Oh boy. And then soon both Clark Kent and the evil Superman go several ways and fight against each other. And, well, after moments of waiting, Superman's finally back to his old self and manages to stop Mr. Ross after he uses all sorts of weaponry. Kind of used stuff that looked like a prototype of an Atari 2600 Superman game or something like that, where we hear the sound effects from the infamous Pac-Man game for the system. Yeah. Anyway, I won't tell you much, but I better go ahead and tell you how it goes. I'll give you 5 seconds to stop the vid. Okay, here's your 5-second stop. Okay, now, in the end of the movie, Superman manages to get to Mr. Webster's building and manages to stop him, but soon his sister gets attached, to the wires in the computer system and manages to try to destroy Superman, also when using a kryptonite laser. But soon, he manages to try and give it all he got and defeat Mr. Webster and try and get Gus to somewhere in hopes of getting a new job. Well, he sort of does, but Gus would like to try and find one on his own. And soon, everything's back to normal, and, well, Lois is shocked to see a new face at the Daily Planet. It's Lana. Can you believe it? And in the end, Superman puts the Leaning Tower pizza. Oh crap! I'm saying pizza or pizza. Yeah, pizza. Back to the way it was. The guy who created his little souvenirs. He gets upset, and we see Superman fly off just like in the end of the other two movies. And that's that. Superman 3, despite it got mixed reception, but it did alright, but, well, it just went downhill. It was directed by Richard Lester, who helmed the previous movie. Do you like Superman 3 or do you not like Superman 3? Let me know in the comments section. If you do like it, give me your thoughts. If you don't, go ahead by all means. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tune in again next time when I review Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, the worst of the bunch. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.